Hello, 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 and welcome to me sorting out my stream live on my stream. How are you doing? It's always weird saying hello because no one's here. But again, just saying hello to future you. That's me, that's my little time down there, cheeky. I will just make sure it's the right size. It needs to look neat and tidy. I managed to break it just before I started recording. But that's always going to happen, isn't it? Every so often you're going to break stuff just before you start recording. Has to look nice and neat. One last thing, my opponent's time. Mistake. Okay, so today I'm going to actually use a system which is going to be in place so that people can play against me, but there'll be no queuing. I thought actually queuing's it's a bit clinical, isn't it? We're not in a doctor's surgery. We don't need to queue. So instead, I thought we could put our names into a hat, well, onto a wheel, spin the wheel, and then whoever's name pops up, that's who gets to play. All right. Oh no, it's not Dave 244. That's the last thing. That's the last thing. It all reverted back. So last thing sorted. Finally, we're gonna start playing. $245. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a lovely Friday so far. I hope you're excited for the weekend and you're excited to play chess. So let me just grab the chat window. Hello. For some reason, I'm just unable to see your messages now if anyone is messaging. So I'm just trying to find that and then I'll be right with you. Right with you. How's your chess going recently? I have just come off a pretty bad loss yesterday in Classical, but I was pretty overall happier with my thought processes. So the result-oriented thinking is never good. It's hard not to get a little bit sore after a loss. But the process is more important. Thought processes and work processes, they're good overall. And my rapid games have been better recently. So I'm sort of in the high 1600s, which is good. Better. So let me just try and find one more thing and we can start. smash into my own camera. That's that. There we go. Okay, I'm good. So Ali, yes, let's play. Let's play. Can you let me know what your username is, and then send me a request on chess.com, and we can start. And in the meantime, I will get a wheel spinner going for anyone else in the future who wants to play. So yeah, just let me know your name in the comments, and then fantastic. Okay. Okay, nice one. And then if you can send me a request, that would be perfect. Thank you very much. Nice, perfect. Okay, yes, let's do it. Okay, d4. I play knight f3, knight f6, and you go for c4. So I'm going to play the King's Indian. I don't play d4, so I don't know what I would do if I was white and I was faced with knight f6 and g6. I think I'd be a little bit like, okay, I'll just take over the whole center. I'll just put pieces, like throw my stuff forward, gain a load of space. So my opponent plays knight f3. I'm going to continue in the spirit of the King's Indian. Not that, but castle's next probably. All right. So probably now that they are doing exactly what I was thinking, just throw pawns forward. So potentially just play d6 because I don't want to see that with a tempo on my knight. I don't want to see e5. Yeah, every time I don't know this opening particularly well. I always say that, but it's true. It's always true. I don't know any opening particularly well, but like I know enough to be dangerous in this opening. Not really, not actually to be dangerous. Dangerous for me, but I always feel a little bit like uncertain. It's a bit cramped, isn't it? There's not much. There are not many places I can go. I'm probably going to go here, but then that bishop's blocked in for ages. Okay, so bishop to d3. Bishop d3 played. So a normal move here would be knight to d7. I want to play knight to d7 now because I want to go here next, and if they take, I don't want to be taking with a pawn. So I want to have my knight here to recapture if they did take back. Okay. Interesting move. I don't think I was ever going to play this, so it may be that they are prepping g4. I think the problem with g4 is I don't think it's doing... The threat is maybe to play g5, in which case I can just sidestep with the knight. And I don't think I'm in particular trouble there, because actually this pawn is now on g5. So the only pawn that could attack my knight there is past. There's no going back. In which case, I'm going to go ahead with my plan. I'm going to play c5. It's almost explosive. It's a good move, I think, in this position. Attacks white's center. White is, yep, going to push. This is all very principled stuff. I think this is a structure that's quite common in the King's Indian. If I push this pawn and they don't take back, en passant. En passant. So, what does black have? Black has this square. Really good control of d4. No pieces that can jump there. Okay, so they are planning this. They are planning this. So where are they going to castle? Well, they have a light squared bishop, so castling queenside isn't too bad with this pawn pushed forwards, because this diagonal isn't that weak for white, and they have the light squared bishop still. So, the good thing about white's move is that I would normally probably put the knight here so that I can push this. That stops that. I can't do that right now. So I might just develop the queen, say, okay, you go white, you have a move. And if you do push, then I do have that move eventually, because that move has a drawback. But I like white's play. I'm impressed. I was going to say, I didn't think that playing... Okay, so yeah, they've gone for it. I'm going to take advantage of that square. I didn't think that playing a 10+0 game would be a good idea for white here, just because of the rating difference. But what do I know? It's perfectly fine. Up on the clock and putting pressure on my position. Playing, I think, pretty principled chess. Apart from potentially this pawn push, I don't know about this pawn push, just because I'm not convinced that white has a safe place for their king. But I could be completely wrong. It could be completely fine to just put the king on the queen side. I suppose what I can try and do is take advantage of the fact that my king's already castled and theirs isn't. So how do I make use of that? Potentially just trying to break here. I think I don't want to do this, because, well, the point is that I want to really just go straight to f5, and I can do that. They have a chance to take en passant, and I'll just take back with the rook, I think. Putting pressure on this, saying I can come over with the queen. So let's say this, queen over. This is a bit weak. And if they don't take this, I suppose they could take with this pawn. That's more typical. And then I just take with the pawn. Although, I'm not sure actually, because, okay, so they have taken with the pawn. I'll take back with the rook. Now I've got reasonably good control of the f-file. And this square is interesting. My knight can pop into that square. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Well played. Missed that completely. So, I think I'll just jump across and then probably replace the rook with... I want to replace it with the knight, because I want to put my knight here, or maybe even put a bishop here. But my opponent has won the exchange. I am down material. Okay, nice one. I think I'll sidestep, but not into the way of the bishop. So my opponent has this. I'll just take. Oh, don't want to pre-move that, but yeah, take twice and win the pawn. But I need to do something because I am down. I'm down the exchange. Now my opponent started this game where they made it unrated. And I bet they're wishing they made it rated now, the challenge. So I think that's an interesting move. Castling kingside with no pawns in front of the king. How can I take advantage of that? So I can kick off with kicking the knight. It could come here and I'll just take it, I think. Damaging white's pawn structure, winning a pawn. Although they do have good pressure on this against this backward pawn in that case. But I don't think I can accept it. And I think if I didn't kick it, it's just controlling too many squares around my king. I think I need to say, ask the knight a question, either get out or come in and die. It's a pretty horrendous set of choices, isn't it? So they're not taking back straight away. Do they have an intermezzo? I didn't even think about that. I didn't think anything was hanging. Okay, it's not. It's not going to be an intermezzo. So I might start putting Ali under a bit of time pressure now. I need to use all my tricks. Do I have any tricks? I don't know. I just got tricked and I'm not going to get tricked again. Fool me once, but not twice. Problem is now that square isn't defended by a queen. I could have just gone here. I should have just gone there, I think. And I will take advantage of this free pawn, I think. I know I'm going to potentially do this, but then actually I'm happier with my queen. My king can get out of the way quicker and I think pile up. Maybe not quicker. I'm going to take this pawn. I'm expecting this, so I'll just pre-move it. I won't. Just let me think. If they take, are there any intermezzos myself? No, there are not. Not that I can see. So if I bring this over and then give a check, there's a chance that I can fork the king and queen and win the exchange back. And I'd like the exchange back. I have managed to get a couple of pawns, so the material is actually equal, but they have a couple of rooks for. I mean, these aren't the healthiest of pawns, are they? So it's worth considering. So I can give a check first. And I think I will do that. I think I will give a check. Defending my knight in the same breath. And now I need to think about how to win this game. So get the king off the same line. And I'm also not going to put it on the same diagonal. Although there's no light squared bishop for white, so I don't know if that was necessary. I could have just kept nicer support of this pawn. Although, yeah, I can't see that they're going to be going too hard against that pawn. So, not threatening a check because this knight's still here. This knight's doing a good job. Good knight. Although, I am threatening this pawn. So what do I see in this position? I see that I've lost my knight. Wow. Wow! Just completely lost a knight. But have I lost my mind? I don't think so. I think I'm still okay. I mean, not on the board. On the board, I'm dead lost. I can't take this because the queen's seeing it. So I drop back. They're probably going to double up. And they have a particularly strong, like, well-defended king. Nice work. I can't come here or here to attack this pawn. And even if I could, the queen's defending it. It feels pretty hopeless. So I'm going to just do this. This is defended enough. But I don't know what I'll do if the queen comes and joins in. I don't know if there's anything to do at the moment. I don't know why I thought this was defended enough. I will resign. Well played, Ali. Completely outplayed me in every element of the game. I'm impressed. Especially that the bishop pin of the rook was very nice. Well played. Good game. And you, yeah, I don't know if you heard, I was just saying, like, completely outplayed me. I'm impressed with the, let's have a look. It won't let me actually look. There we go. Yeah, I should have taken back with the knight, I think, here. I mean, obviously, I just didn't see this at all, so nice work with this move. And then after that, I thought I had, like, I did. So I had some pressure, or at least the computer's saying I did, but you smashed it. Yeah. I thought that you were going to crumble at some point, and then you just never crumbled. So you lost the pawn, but then I should have taken this more seriously. I thought that this wasn't going to be as much of a problem as it was, but then realistically, you're the one who's getting pressure on the file rather than me. And then I lost the knight. But then also, like, it's funny how, like, as soon as I'm in a losing position, I can easily, like, miscalculate and think, yeah, I'm defending this, that's fine. And just, this is a good example of why counting how many defenders and attackers you have is not a good idea exclusively. Like, you can just use it as a first thing, but you need to calculate more than just saying I've got two defenders on it, because it doesn't work. If you just take, you win the game, and you did. Well done. Okay, so if there's anyone, we've only got 3 viewers, so I think it might be that there aren't enough people who actually want to play, and I can just go into the pool. But given that we only have 3 viewers, I was going to use this wheel of names, but I don't think it's necessary. So does anyone want a game now? Either 15 plus 10 or 10 plus 0. I was saying, Ali, as well, that I think that you started the game and you made it unrated, and I bet you wish now that you had made that a rated game. We should write to chess.com and say, no, please. Can we make that one rated? Yes. How do you say this? Duke Bates. I'm not sure. Duke. I may be saying Duke right, and then Bates or Bites. Bytes. I'm going to say bytes, like Leibniz. Duha, bytes. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. So there we go. I'll just copy and paste. Thanks for telling me your username. Do you want it rated or not rated? After you've just seen that performance by Ali, what do you think? It's up to you. I can do either one. All right, I'll just send a challenge. I think the... Nice one. Okay, I think the stream should be super low latency, but I'm just going to double check because it makes a big difference how quickly you can hear me. Yeah, ultra low latency. That's good. That's good. All right, you need to make a move. Okay, new 10. Let's try and challenge you again. Okay, you're challenging me. Now I get white though. Unpredictable. Okay, the Caro-Kann. This is what I lost to yesterday. So I've got PTSD against this line maybe. So I'm going to play the Two Knights Defense. I think it's called the Two Knights Defense, which is weird because I'm white. What's happening? Why are we doing this? What's going on? Why are we going back and forth between... Oh no, I need to abort this. I'm sorry. Aborting too many games. So I don't know why I'm typing in the chat. You can hear me. But yeah, I'm not sure why it's aborting. I made a move, you made a move, then it just aborted. So let's try one more time. And I will challenge you again. Standard, yes, 10 minutes. Okay, let's try one more time. Would like to chat. Hello. I wonder what's happening. Okay. So, I am expecting this because this is the Caro-Kann. Yep, we get it on the board. Takes, knight takes. Knight to f6. No, bishop straight out. Okay. I don't know if I don't think I know this line. So the bishop comes and attacks the knight. Interesting. Okay, so I don't think this is a good line because I don't know it and I've been looking at the Caro-Kann recently. But that's not good enough to that's not a good enough reason to assume it's bad. But I'm just guessing. If I were to guess, I would say this is not ideal for white, but I need to prove it. So if I just play queen e2 and takes, then I get the bishop pair for free. But my queen is on a square that can easily be attacked by a knight, because normally you'd see this instead of the bishop out. Or even like bishop to here instead, well, all the way from here. I think I need to play knight to g3. That was cool. My mind just... this is a line I have seen before, and it took me all that time to just go, yeah, that's what you do. You put the knight on g3. Kicks the bishop around, And maybe straight away we ask the bishop a question. I'm not sure, but let me just have a think about it. Yes, I think so, because where's it going to go? It's trapped. It's not lost, but it's like I get the bishop pair, which is what I want. Yeah, Ali, I think it's interesting that you castled on the weaker side, but it worked out for you. Like, I thought at the moment, I thought as you did it, I was like, I think this is a little bit dodgy, but it worked very well. And thanks very much, Isaac. I appreciate it. I'd be happy to have a game with you if you'd fancy a game on stream. And let's see. Maybe I'll surpass you. Maybe you'll continue to rise faster than I can even muster. So I think I'll just take the bishop because it means that this knight is sat on d7. I don't want to trade those knights. Okay, yeah. I suppose there's a line where I go knight to c4, queen to e2, and knight to d6 checkmate, but that's hope chess. That's the definition of hope chess. I'm not doing that. But it would be fun. I want to get that mate one day where you put the knight here, give a checkmate right at the beginning of the game. All the pieces are just sat there. This knight makes the mate possible as well. Oh, crikey. So, whichever way they take back, I'm almost certain they'll just take back towards the center, because otherwise they get an isolated pawn for no reason. Yes, they do. Okay. And, well, I probably want to just get on with my development, and it's up to whoever makes the challenge, Isaac. So you can make unrated if you'd like, or you can go for a full-fledged, full-fat rating game. Let me think. I am taking quite a lot of time. I don't think I want to castle kingside. And I'm just deciding whether I fianchetto this bishop. But I don't know really, because I feel like this is very easy for black to play and to blunt that bishop. And I don't think they'll want to castle kingside, so I think not. So then if I'm gonna get this bishop out this way somehow, I should probably play my bishop out first. Let's just go, actually, if I go there, then this happens. And I don't want to see that really. So then I don't need to, because I can just play bishop e2. So I'll keep my bishop inside the pawn chain. Or maybe even at some point fianchetto, but I doubt that's going to happen. So my bishop can come to f4 instead, and yeah, why not d4? Very good question. There's no reason why not d4. It's what I should play it's what I normally play in the Caro-Kann. I think just because I'm not thinking very clearly, Isaac, if I'm honest. It's a very good question. Okay, so let's say bishop to f4, because the bishop can't challenge that bishop just yet because the queen isn't defending it. It stops castling. It doesn't actually stop castling, but even if black does castle, then these squares are very weak. If I do play this though, they do have this move. I think I'll play a more reserved move. I think I'll come here. There's no tempo move on my bishop, and I can just get castled reasonably quickly. Why not d4? Exactly. Why not d4? It stops the knight coming out here. It's just a better move. Okay. So I don't want to... Actually, my queen's covering this, my knight's covering this. So this knight is not going to be harassing my bishop anytime soon. And I'd be happy to trade this knight as well, if they came here. It's not a terrible knight, actually. It's not awful. I wouldn't be that happy to trade it. I retract that. I retract that statement. Maybe if they come here, I just go here. But then this is still on. I don't know what I'm talking about. I will make a move because, oh my god, the time is ticking. It's a 10+0 game. Okay, I am going to take. And castle. And now I wish my pawn was on d4. How I wish it. I wish it so. Because then they couldn't play this. It's just a much better move overall. Obsessed with it. I might just play d4 now. Confusing my opponent. Didn't he just play d3? What? What is he doing? My opponent's playing with a low signal as well. So I've got that going for me. Take advantage of all these tiny incremental improvements. Okay, so bishop e7. Weakens this pawn. I can make use of that. Just slightly improving my position. Then this is available because now this doesn't work because of all these trades. I mean, I don't want to give up my bishop for the knight, so actually that's not. I don't think I would do that. But I'm gonna just slightly improve my queen. She can come here now, putting pressure on black's queen side. Yes, very well, very well. If they do this, I think I'll play something like this. But I am going to play d4. I've got to play d4. It's crying out to be played. It was crying out to be played even back here, but I'm going to play it. I think now. Oh, okay. All right. Holy hell. Okay, it's time for d4. The delayed Schliemann. I know this isn't. I don't know what the Schliemann is. I just remember in the candidates, Prague played the Schliemann, but he played the deferred Schliemann or the delayed Schliemann, and I was like, I was really happy with that. Yeah, thank you, Nose. I have forgotten to put my pieces on the squares. I need to get that sorted. The deferred d4, exactly. No one expects it. It's shocking. It's absolutely wildly shocking. Like, hit it with a bit of that, and then that. Oh, barely any other pawn moves as well. It's like it's the only pawn that I care about, and I just love moving the d pawn. So I want to get as many moves in as possible. Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what the Schliemann is. Okay, they're just gonna go all out on the queen side here, and I'm meant to respond to this, am I? Well, I feel I'm insulted. This isn't polite chess, I don't think. Okay, so what are we going to do to this? Crikey. So I'm thinking I could attack this pawn, easily defended, and then I can't even come in because this knight does a nice job. So he's playing the time control gambit as well. Not the gambit, the time control card, as in I don't have much time on the clock. I could sack the bishop for 2 pawns, but well, that's not good chess. Instead, if I come here, they can push, and then I can attack this pawn like that, and I've sort of split the pawns a little bit. I think I'm going to do that. The point is that I'm aiming for that square. D6, he said confidently. He's aiming for D6. So what are we seeing in the position? Well, black's got very nice pressure. But with pressure comes the chance of being overextended. And I need to prove that black is indeed overextended. They don't have much scope with this knight because d4 was played, obviously. And they don't have much in the way of forward knight moves. They can come here and... Okay, so they go with the bishop. And I think I'll just go straight back. Yeah, come straight back. Ask this pawn a question. Well, ask one of the pieces a question, actually, I think. The pawn's not going to do much in the way of defending itself. So I'm thinking queen here. They come here, and then what do I do to stop this rolling through? Not sure. Okay, so the queen's defending this pawn. That's very nice. I might just... Okay, I need to play quickly is what I need to do. So might just is a bit slow. Maybe I should change direction and give my most mobile, the queen. She can move in all the directions, so I'll give her the better square. So get her out of this like cramped little corner. And interesting. So I was going to say, yeah, I'll come here, and then I think I will... Not sure, actually. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, so the knight has vacated that square, and I think I'm going to stop it in its tracks, or attempt to. I know it can come here, but in that case, I'm just going to drop back. In fact, I might drop... Oh, no. Lots of thoughts. The thing is, I want to keep this pawn, so I will have to come here for now. I definitely want to keep hold of this pawn. I was thinking I might drop back here and attack this pawn, but then white has this, and I didn't have, let's say in that position here, and then takes. Yeah, it wouldn't have been very good. So I would like to not let the bishop in so easily, but I don't know if I've got much of a choice, because yes, I can do this, but look at this. All my pieces are just back. I'm very over here. Like, really, although I think time is on my side here. Not because I'm up on the clock, but because this is when mistakes start to happen. I don't think black's enough into this game that they can get through the rest of it without blundering. That's my prediction. Place your bets. Do you agree? I'm not I didn't take your one piece of advice, Nose. I didn't put my pieces on squares. But I will. I will do that. But I have the bishop pair, and look at this board. It's open. So much room. Oh dear. Oh no. I'm getting killed. Am I getting? Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I can't block with the bishop. Ah, no, that would be terrible. I would lose my queen if I block with the bishop. So I move the king. Please no forcing moves. I hate forcing moves that I haven't considered. Yes, I'm counting on it. They're almost down to my time. Ha ha ha. Oh, there we go. There we go. Cheeky. Queen. Now we've got these moves. Look at this. I planned it all along. So much pressure. Open board. It's airy. It's nice. I give a check. I luxuriate in my position. Okay, maybe not. Just shut up and play. This is a sensitive square for me, so I need to be careful like this doesn't hit with horrendous tempo. I don't think it's going to hit with tempo. I think if they play here, I can just go here and say, relax. Oh no, I can't. I can, because the bishop can't see through the knight. I need to be very careful that the knight doesn't have a fun jump. It's, it's tense. It is tense, but they are down to 20 seconds. It all just became a little bit too fast. If I lose now, obviously, I'm going to appear quite foolish. I think I'll just keep things tight, nice and neat. Don't blunder anything. They're doing quite well. They're like keeping up the pace. Oh, okay, maybe not. Now you see, I would like to give them more time. In Lichess, you can just click add 15 seconds, or I think it's 15 seconds. Whereas chess.com doesn't give you that time. So well done, my opponent. I was put under a lot of pressure, and they just didn't have the time to like make use of that pressure. But basically, smashing it. Never in doubt. I can read the comments now. Didn't put the pieces on squares. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to, you smashed it, but yeah, unfortunately with your connection, I know you had poor connection. I was mentioning it in the game. Okay, so whoever wants to play, give me your just put your hand up right now, figuratively. Put your name in the hat by saying I want to play, and I'll put your name in this lovely spinner. Let me just grab another screen share, and then hand goes up for Isaac. Ali gets his in there. Got to check out Nose. Do you want a game? I don't know. I know you'll absolutely destroy me, but still, you might want that. Let me just add another source. Mac OS screen capture, and then OK. We'll do window capture. We'll do this thing, wheel of names. Okay. And, oh, good crikey Moses. Let me just sort this out. So don't look at this for now. Turn that off. And then turn this on. Hand up from, what a name, Makabesi. Okay, you got to tell me how to say your name. Makebisi. However you say it, I like that name. Makebisi George. Let me just go back and then click on this one more time. we go. Lovely stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, it's not going to be that neat and tidy, but we can just accept that, I think. It's not bad, you know. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's almost exactly a square. Okay, so let me throw in those names. So we've got Makabasi. We have Isaac. We have Ali for a rematch. And okay. Well, you've got to tell me. You've got to tell me what's your language as well. So you got tell me what the language is as well as how to say it. If you can describe it using a keyboard, which is quite difficult. Anyone else? Is it just these three? You've got 5 seconds and to write your name to throw up your hand. Otherwise, I'll spin the wheel. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. Izzy Zulu. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing the C right then. Yeah, I would expect so. Okay, I'm gonna spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1, spin. Oh, Ali gets the rematch. I'm sorry, Isaac. It was very close. It was very close. Okay, and from now on, I will use the spinner. So let's take this off and take this off. Holy hell, what am I doing? There we go. Turn this off and off. And then turn this one on. Look at that. So smooth. All right, so it's you again. You were just that close. So, rematch. Do you want a rated game now? It's dangerous because I'm looking for revenge now. But it's up to you. You can have rated or you can have unrated. Are you going to go all in? What's your decision? You know, I don't know if I trust. I don't know if I trust. Here we go. We go when it unrated. It is. I'm not sure if I trust YouTube. I chose ultra low latency so that I could ask questions and get quick, snappy responses from you guys, and yet doesn't seem to be the case. I don't feel the snap. For some reason, it didn't work, so I'm going to re-challenge you. But you wanted unrated, so I'll do that. I'll accept that. And let's go. You're not accepting challenges, apparently. This challenging system. It's not what it could be. It could be better. So you're going to have to challenge me again because you're not accepting challenges, apparently. Okay, let's see. Is this going to work? Perfect. Smooth. Look at that. Third attempt. Doesn't need to take any more than 3. Now, here I am looking for revenge, and I'm playing against what I think I described in the last stream as maybe not a real thing, but it's the Piets. So I'm going to play d4. I can't remember what to do in this line. I'm still not convinced it's a real thing. Is it a real thing? Of course it is. It's just a normal opening. You do this, you do a bit of that. You can say this in a minute or so. The perk. Oh no, don't abort. Don't abort. Thank you. Okay, so I don't believe in this. Okay, I'll take a moment because I was told that I shouldn't be playing. I think Nose described it as what it does is it gets people to play unprincipled chess. But I think that this isn't a good move because if I take and takes back, then I get queen trade and black does not castle. I'm going to do it. But I imagine that my opponent knows what they're doing and is testing me. They have a line where they don't care about castling. They want their king on d8, I have to assume. Okay, so let's just get on with my development. Attacking the pawn. Hello, pirate. Well, this isn't Ali's style, actually, Isaac. In the last game, Ali put his king in dangerous territory and then proceeded to beat me. So I need to just have a lot of respect for this. This is the tendency. My day's going quite well, thank you, pirate. It's been very sunny here, so I've been sitting outside a little bit. And I have been doing puzzles. I was so slow. I really struggled with puzzles today. I was doing 1001 chess exercises for club players, and I just got completely stuck on one of the puzzles. Couldn't do it. Like, I had some ideas, but I couldn't make it work. And so I moved on to Polgar Mate in Twos, and I did a few of those, and then I got stuck on one of those, and I just felt like very inadequate today in terms of my ability. How's your day going? Can you tell me a bit about how your day is going? Okay, so I might just castle soonish. I think that Black's development is a problem because they can't move this bishop out now. They've just put their knight in front of the bishop. And so if they move it now, say here, I can give a check. And say if they can't move their king away. Okay, so they give their king some room. So I might say to the knight, okay, you've got to stay there. 800 rated puzzle 1. I don't like this one day, which is quite annoying, yeah. How long do you stay stuck on a puzzle? Because I tend to just stay stuck. As in, I don't look at the answer and I don't make the move until I'm pretty confident that I've got it. So sometimes I can be stuck for like hours on a puzzle. Okay, so and Isaac, is that rating Lichess or chess.com? And like I don't know what puzzle ratings, how they compare. Like, is a 2900 rated puzzle on Lichess harder? Because in the actual Well, okay, let me think about this position instead of just talking. So my knight's a bit stuck. I suppose it's not that stuck. It could go here and here. And my bishop has similar issues. But at the same time, this bishop's having a great day. Oh no, okay. We've had opposite weather then, pirate. I'm sorry that you got completely wet. I don't have too much of a problem with getting completely soaking wet as in the rain though. It depends on how you're feeling and what you're wearing, I suppose. I think. So I'm going to put my bishop here. Just keep adding pressure to this knight. It's not that I think I'm going to win it, but I know that the king can't go too far away now because it's this knight is attacked twice. And I'm going to try and play a little bit faster because I think that what I sometimes do is think so much that I give my opponent lots of confidence, and then I don't necessarily come up with like incredible moves. So my opponent just piles on the pressure and then they end up winning because... Okay, so the king jumps over here. Okay, I think I don't know what to do actually because I was thinking I might come in this way and just apply pressure like this. I keep doing the same little arrow there. Interested that they didn't come here. So they didn't try and put pressure on my bishop. Okay, I'm going to try and get my pieces out because I've heard that's a good idea. Yeah, develop your pieces, exactly. Struggling to find good spots for them at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to potentially come after this bishop, not straight away, but soon. Okay. I'm gonna accept doubled isolated pawns and just challenge this strongest piece of black. I think if I was playing black, I'd be annoyed seeing this move. Like, okay, fine. This is a bit of a beast of a piece, and now I have to either bugger off over here or trade it. And I'm not looking at these pawns and thinking, oh my god, that's amazing. I'm gonna kill, because which pieces are gonna do that? Maybe this one, but no. Okay, the king still. The king is still stuck in the center because this is still, there's still pressure on it. I think they should really move that, and I think that's probably the way to go. Okay, I'm gonna come in here and say to the knight, okay, you can't go anywhere just now because this is happening. If they go here, I think I will take. No, actually, no, that would be a bad idea. No, I won't take. I'll just move. Okay. So we trade. And I double up. So because the king is still between these two rooks, the rooks can't challenge just yet, but they will be able to soon. Okay, so they're going to win this pawn. So let's think, how do I... Okay, I think I will accept the loss of that pawn, come here, and then if they take it, I'll just push here. Infiltrate on the 7th rank. Yep. Okay, so I was thinking of coming here in that scenario. And how are they going to defend this pawn? Well, because their rooks aren't connected, they can't come here. They can't come here, and they can't come here. But they could just push it, and then it's defended by this knight. So, in that case, I can attack it again. If I push and they take, then I come here. Or I just say, actually, I can come here and stop that in its tracks. No, because then they have this check. So I take straight away, attack this knight, which is undefended. It can come here if it wants to. Okay, very nice. Okay. If I come now, I get forked. I get forked if I come here. So I'm going to... I get forked if I go there. I get forked everywhere. I can't put my rook anywhere. I get forked. It's part of life and I need to deal with it. There's nothing I can do to not get forked. Okay, there's something I can do. I can put my rook somewhere. But it feels like that when the knights are in here and they're doing their business and it's a 10+0 game. So, their knight is attacked. They need to deal with that. I can come in and attack this knight. It can defend, it can go here, but whatever happens, stuff will happen. Okay, yes, very nice, very nice. So I might just... I don't think I want to lose this. Lose this pawn for nothing. But then my knight's mobility is reduced. I think I have to accept that for now. Accept my knight's mobility is reduced. If they come here, I've got this knight, so don't worry. Although it's not even forking anything. Surprisingly, given how frequently they are threatening forks. Yo! Hello, Dr. Hack. Yes, they are agonizingly high-quality knights. Sack on e5. I don't want to see any sacks. No, thank you. I think... I'm going to attempt to trade knights. Because these are just too... They've got too much going on. And my king's a little bit sad. I see. Very well. Come here. Looking for forks. I'm just very focused on forks. My knights can't really attack this very easily. And I think I might have something here. Because this move doesn't work. Because I have it covered. I have the fork covered. Oh. Okay, fair enough. I think I'll take here. Although, no, because the problem is, this is now looked at by two knights. Crikey. Okay, I'm going to have to go here. This is crazy stuff. I don't know what's going on in this position. I don't know who's better. Probably my opponent, because they're up 2 pawns. But this is passed. Very nice. I think I'll just try and get as far away from these knights as possible. This is now hanging. And now I can come here if they give me a check, because this isn't a fork of my rook. Actually, they can't even go there because I'm pinning that knight. 50 seconds. That's important. 50 seconds isn't many seconds with no increment. In fact, I might not even put my knight here because I could just come down. And I've got the back rank covered. Although I just need to be careful. Anytime I move, I need to be careful of these beasts because they're just all over me. They're everywhere. Imagine one octopus knight, okay? And now imagine two. Imagine that twice. That's what I'm dealing with. I need a sip of water. Luckily, they're taking a moment. If they have a checkmate and I haven't seen it and they just wait till 1 second and then give it to me, I will not be happy. Okay, fine. Challenge my best piece. Why don't you? It's not very nice. Okay, I can't go... This square is crucial. If they go here, I'll take, and then they'll go here again, and I'll push. Yep, pushing. And then come in. Now I'm a bit scared of coming in, actually. So, like, let's get my knight into action. You can come here. Yep. Controlling the square in front so I can't push it. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to start playing like very fast now. Just from now. Like bullet chess now. It's hard to play quickly. Woo! Heart rate high. Jesus Christ. Okay, Ali. Okay, Ali. So, why are you 862? What's going on? How many games have you played? What's your peak rating? What? Ali, you, like, almost beat me for the second time. That was ridiculous. I am... Do you play 10 plus 0? Like, a lot? I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. But yeah, I am suitably impressed. I feel like, yeah, we were pretty even here. But your knights here, like, where they were here. Oh, disgusting. Ugh. I forgot that I was hanging this, so I played here, and then yeah, you take it, but like they never gave up, and then even here I was like, yep, I'm winning one of the knights, but no, I'm not. No, I cannot win one of the knights, and I have to even be careful about this because you're gonna fork this and this and this. Ugh. No, yeah. Have you got pre-move? Have you got pre-move set though? Because I don't have it set to pre-move queen. Yeah, your knight moves were killing me. Okay, so yeah, we're 1-1. We'll have to play next. All right, who wants a game? We've got any additions? Let me just click this and click this. Any additions to the wheel of names? The board. There we go. And then go here. Look at that. Smooth. So we've got Ali, you're not in the wheel just right now. And then we've got Isaac and I can't do it because I don't know what. I know it's not right to say just to say C. So Sir Clashin. Sir Clashin is in there. Smarts is in there. Smarts. Yeah, you're in. Yeah. Anthony. I can do one. Isaac's in there already. And anyone else? Okay, let's spin the wheel. We've got 4 names. Actually, McGebisi. Are you still keen to play, Mr. George? I appreciate that, Smarts. That's very nice. Okay. Let's go. We've got 4 names. If Mr. George isn't going to play, that's all right. We can spin the wheel again. Ooh. Smarts. It's going to be Mr. George. It's McGebisi. Are you here still, Mr. George? If not, I'll roll the wheel again. I'll give you a few seconds just to make sure. I don't believe that this is super low latency. Okay, I want to test the latency just whilst we give Mr. George some time to respond. I'm gonna count down from 3, and then I'm gonna say go. And as soon as I say the word go, I want you to type go and click enter. Just as a test, and anyone can play this game. So I want to see how quickly you respond to how I know how low the latency is. So 3, 2, 1, go. Not bad. Okay. Still pretty not as quick as I want it to be though. I can. This is good technical feedback. All right, so I'm going to roll the wheel again. I'm going to take Mr. George off because I don't believe he's still here. And let's go. Isaac, Sir Clashin and Smarts. I think you are, Ali. Yeah, I think you are. Smarts. You are my next player, next challenger. So if you would let me know your chess.com name or just send me a request or send me you can choose whether it's rated or unrated, 1510 or 10+0, but they're the 2 time controls. It's up to you what you fancy. Hey, Sir Space Lee, hello. From Texas, I think. And they don't have the same knighthood in Texas. Okay, Stex3R. That's the name. Copy and paste. From Georgia? Yes. With the bug as the photo. I'm with you. And we'll do... Are you happy to do rated? And are you happy... The longer the better. Let's go 1510 then. This is the first 1510 game of the stream. 15-gallon hats. Okay, so we have one knight f3. I'm going to play d5 to one knight f3. We have d4. And now I'm thinking I will put pressure on. Oh, look at this! I've made a move already, and I'll get auto aborted if I don't make another move in 30 seconds. That seems a little bit. That's a silly rule. I don't like that rule. What if I want to think for longer than 20 seconds? Which I obviously do. Okay, I'm going to be quite aggressive. I'm going to go with bishop f5. Eyeing up this square. And my opponent plays c4, challenging my center. The Queen's Gambit, I believe. I know my openings. And it also says it here on the top. I'm going to play knight to f6, continuing my development. I'm going to allow to take the captures if they want to. They don't seem to want to. So they've got a check. I need to be aware of that. I'm going to try and do my checklist as we go. 15:10 is long enough to do just a simple checklist. So I'm going to try and look for checks, captures, and threats. No, I'm not. I'm just looking for checks, not all those three. They just rolled off the tongue. So I think I'm going to play here. It stops the check, and also it allows me to recapture if they do capture, because they've just added another piece attacking. It now renews the check, but I can just block in a number of ways. But I probably would just block with the knight here, because it's defended by another knight, and it's not as susceptible to being attacked again. Or at least it's defended in more ways, so it's not much of a problem if it is attacked again. Okay, so they want to fianchetto, bishop to g2, and I want to get on with developing. I think I'm just going to play it simple. Go e6. This check is still on. I don't have any checks, I don't believe. I want to get my king castled kingside ASAP. So imagine if I play this and they go a check and I block like this. If they come here, I'm not concerned with that, I don't think. They are pressuring this, but in that line I could just go bishop to d6 and then castle next move. Yeah, I have enough defense. But I need to be aware that this is basically asking the question of this pawn here. So this answers that question quite nicely. And I think, okay, my opponent's playing very quickly. I need to make sure I don't go too far down on the clock. Don't know what the point of that is. If they're going to just go like this, potentially. But if they do that, then this square is nice and juicy for my pieces. I could come in like this in that case. I'm just going to, well, I was going to come here, but then this knight move is a little bit annoying. So maybe I will just develop without allowing my opponent tempo. I suppose in that position, actually, if they did, I could have given a check. So bishop comes out to d6, knight attacks the bishop, and I give a check. And I think the best move there is just to go back with the knight. So that would have been better, I think. Okay, so queen is attacking my pawn. And do I care about that? I want to castle next move. And the question is, can I still just castle next move? So if I castle and they play queen takes pawn. I have to move the knight out of the way to make sure my rook is defended. So castles, queen takes pawn, knight, so queen takes b7, knight to d7. Threatening, I suppose, to come here with the knight. And then here, which I mentioned earlier. It's not quite as weak because they haven't moved this pawn yet. I think I will do that. I think I'm not too fussed about this pawn, and I'm already ahead in development, and I would be even more ahead in development if they took this pawn. They take, I move my knight out of the way. This is covered. And the next move, they will, I think they'll probably want to just go back, because if they don't go back, so say if, okay, so they put pressure on with their knight. I think they are not developing enough. How can I take advantage of that? This is now an undefended pawn and an undefended rook. I'm going to play knight to c6. And okay, so they don't care about that. I think they've missed that this pawn is undefended. Obviously my pawn is still undefended, but it's kind of the same ideas really. Like if I actually more concrete ideas now, because if the queen takes on b7 in that line, then I have knight to c2. This is now undefended. It's not attacked, so it's not hanging, but if I play knight to d4, attacks the queen, I think the queen will just have to come back. And now my knight's on a good square. I can then attack this this knight, maybe just with the queen. Get my queen to c7. Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't take this pawn. It's an undefended knight, but it's attacking an undefended queen. Even if it was just attacking a defended queen, it wouldn't make a big difference. They haven't got any checks. They want to chat. Yeah, they just said, FK, I blundered. I think so. So, just double checking. They have no checks in the position. I actually still have no checks, but after this move I do have a couple of checks. I'm just saying that it's probably best not to say I blundered, because sometimes oh, sorry, my screen is not right. One sec. I was like, how did you see what I wrote? And then it's because I've got the screen not set up properly. 1 second. This is much more screen than you should be seeing. So let's have a look. It's because I've got this set up and I forgot to go back. So let's go to macOS. There we go. That's cleaner. Sorry about that. That's much more like it. I was like, I saw your comment saying, what do you mean, unfortunately? And I was like, I did not know you could see that part of the screen. Okay. Take the rook for free. There is a check, but it just gets captured. And the good thing is I can take this and I can come back because the bishop's has got control over it. I'm not even sure if I necessarily want to take this rook. I may be being greedy, and I probably will take the rook, by the way, don't worry. But I have other options, like, for example, just this king can't go back now because this knight's here, which I quite like. And Ali, if you are watching, this is how it feels normally to be playing someone much lower rated than you. Although I did just get forked. I was going to say, like, this is the sort of less dramatic, scary version of what you made me feel. But now look at me. After just as I was about to say that, or just as I did say that. So, not seeing these threats. And this is a good threat as well, because it attacks my queen and knight and the bishop, and now this bishop's attacked twice. With check. So. Very nice from my opponent. So the problem is, even if I go here and they give a check and I move, they can also take my bishop, which defends my knight's retreat. So I might start, it might be a bit over the top. If I do come here, no, that's a bad idea. I was going to say I could come here, but then I'm like sort of caught in a bit of a, no, I am going to do that. I'm going to do that because I'm expecting to be able to trade queens here. In which case, I will have a rook probably on this square to be able to sort of usher my. Okay, well they don't even keep the pressure on my bishop. So I think I will just sack this. Oh no, I can't because no. I almost forgot that my queen is also hanging. That can happen. I've done that a few times where I'm like, I get too obsessed with, okay, so just the bishop. I think I will come here. Stop the bleeding. And now my bishop is safe, which is nice. This bishop is not safe. Very unsafe bishop. I have to come here, only move. Rooks are connected, which is nice. And I can hope to untangle like this. Yeah, exactly. It's still up the exchange, but it's not. It's like it's a bit of cold water to the face to to be like, oh, hit by a fork, didn't see that, it hurts. Every time it hurts. Okay. So they don't necessarily want to exchange the queens. I think my king's safer than their king. So I'm inclined to decline the trade. Given that they've just declined it, I think I'm quite happy to just put my queen on d4, build up the pressure. If I put my queen on d4, the bishop comes out. So is there a better square for the queen? Well, I suppose there is, because I can pin this knight and I've got a pawn that can attack the pinned knight as well. If I pin the knight, this might happen, because this is defended by a bishop. In which case, I think I'll just be a little bit annoyed to have to come back. But it is with tempo, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I'm going back to queen d4. If queen d4 and bishop e3, I might just pop back here because I'm not easily attacked. I suppose they can just change where the bishop is sat, actually. I am easily attacked. Very easily attacked. I can't come here because the knight covers it. Queen d4, bishop e3. Okay, I'm going to do it. Queen d4, bishop e3, queen g4. It can be harassed by pawns, but I think ultimately these pawns are a little bit... like these pawn moves are a little bit weakening. And the king is unsafe. So I think they'll do well not to move these pawns, I think, unless necessary. That's my thinking. My opponent's on 14 minutes. I am on 2 minutes. They're still playing very fast. I can get my knight out now, attacking this bishop. I can also just attack this knight. It is a little bit trapped. So I might be able to just say, okay, the queen has responsibility now. And if she does, so if I ask this knight a question and the queen goes here, then I can pile up on the knight. And I don't see just yet how they can defend it. I suppose they could attack my queen. A lot to think about. A lot to think about. So I think I'm just going to ask the question. Ask the question. Give the queen a job. Even if I don't sort of carry on, she's just got a job at the moment. This knight has not that I can see any way out. So I think it might sacrifice itself, I suppose. But yeah, at the moment it doesn't have any way out. And the queen moving would give the knight a way out. So if the queen moves, I might just do this. No, that's not a good idea. Okay, so the bishop does come here eventually. Interesting. Okay, I've got a minute left. I think I should make moves. I might get harassed by the bishop. I need to be careful not to sort of jump to a square that the knight controls. That would be a bad way to end this game. The bishop controls these squares. Unfortunately, I do have to just go back here and trade. Yeah, I always had this safe square, but I kind of wanted to avoid the trade. I think that's what I've got to do. Yeah, unfortunately. I could come here, but I don't think it's... Well, maybe I could consider that for a second. Or 56 seconds. So the idea is that I've got this square if I want it. Just potentially. But I know I don't like the idea of my... I don't like the idea of my queen being so trapped. Like I don't... Even if I get here, like what am I going to do? They come... Can they attack me here? Yes. If I go here, what would happen? No. Just gonna... I've only got a few seconds left. I'm just going to be careful. Also, what I get out of this game with regard to rating is that if I win, I get a rating increase of 0 points. If I draw, I lose 8 points. And if I lose 16 points. So the stakes are high. So I think the knight has to come here. Oh, I missed that completely. Holy hell. Oh, yes, of course. I'm getting slaughtered repeatedly by people in the 800s. Okay, so I think I'll just take that. But I didn't see that at all. I was completely missing the long bishop move after the pawn recaptures. So we are now even in material because they've got back the exchange. And I think I'm going to trade these knights and threaten their rook and say, how do you like it? How do you like it? But it's not the same. It's not the same. And just give them isolated pawns. Then give a check. Get them to push. Come here. I'm covering this square now, which I think... Oh my lord, what's happening? I'm getting completely slaughtered. I'm just making multiple mistakes. I was too focused on this. I think I get the piece back, but not with any grace or composure. Okay, they're upping the speed now. Okay. Okay. Yes, I like it. I like it. Very nice. So I kind of want to get my king working. So does this guy. And I fear that I'm going to lose this. They are playing they're playing within 10 seconds per move. I'm going to find myself making blunders, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. Oh, I've just lost my rook. Okay. I'm going to resign. Well played. Very well played. Lost 16 point here. I can't remember this guy's name. Smarts. Well done, Smarts. Impressive stuff. Down 16 points in rating there. Let's have a look through. You're winning for most of the game, it seems. So this is... So maybe let's see. Was this a good idea for me to allow that pawn to capture? The engine doesn't seem to be like, doesn't seem to care. And then we have this knight move. Yeah, okay. And then black's completely winning because of that. So takes the rook, but then yeah, missed this completely. So what's a better move here than taking the rook? Yes, you can. Nonny from B-London would be proud. Oh dear. Didn't expect that. Okay, so still fine for black, but... And I should probably just trade queens. Given what happened in the game, I should probably just trade queens. But I went in for something which wasn't so good. And then it's completely even now. And then this is when white starts to win, because I just trade my queens, lose the rook, and then... Okay, it's about equal. But then that was a terrible move. Why was that so bad? Ah, yes, okay, because I'm just missing some basic stuff, which is your knight is right there, like getting hit. You could have played Queen D8 to trap the knight. Okay, whereabouts? Whereabouts? You mean here? Queen D8 here. Traps the knight. Wouldn't... Yeah, okay, I like that. Yeah, nice one. Okay. Yeah, I was too fast. I was too fast to avoid the queen exchange by going forwards. But yeah, I agree. I could have trapped the knight. Let's have a look. Yeah, I know. Good point. Good point. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should have traded, or at least trapped the knight. But this was poor. Losing 2 pieces without seeing, not good. So now, is there anything? Still better for white, obviously. But then they did very well because I just couldn't do anything to deal with this. Well, the idea of them being 800 Sir Clashin doesn't seem to be holding much water. I am getting decimated so far in this stream. Ratings don't seem to matter when I'm playing on stream. I managed to beat a 1900 last week, and this week I lose twice to 800s. So it's I don't believe in ratings in the stream. Okay, let's go for another game. Oh, actually, Smarts, you said you wanted to analyze, but you haven't said anything. What, is there anything in the game that you'd like to discuss? None of your business. Okay, Isaac, Sir Clashin, Smarts. We'll remove Smarts for now. And then, does anyone else want a game? Yes, Ali, you can have another game, of course. But let's just give other people a chance beforehand. Yeah, I know. My rapid game calculation is pretty poor because yeah, exactly that. I calculate and then I come up with ideas and then I manage to screw up because I go, okay, that doesn't work, and then I just pick another thing. Okay, so Isaac and Sir Clashin. Anyone else? Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hack. I like the way you put things. Very nice. Very positive. Okay, I'm going to go for Isaac and Dr. Clashin in 3, 2, 1. James, spin it. Sir Clashin, you're in. Yeah, I can think of you like that. I can think of you like a peanut gallery heckler. All right, so Clashin, what's your username on chess.com, please? The wheel is rigged. How did you know? I designed it myself. I mean, if the Clashin is... Okay, I don't care about rated or time. You can choose. Okay, but what's your username on chess.com? Otherwise, I won't be able to find you. Or is it just Sir Clashin? I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah? South Africa? Is this you? Is this you? I'm imagining it is. It's got the same... Oh, okay, Electra. You didn't manage to get Sir Clashin on chess.com then, I guess. But still South Africa. So there you go. Unless you also own Sir Clashin as well. I'm going to challenge you. 10 minutes. Let's play a 10-minute game. I need to prove that I can play quickly. Here we go. All right, here we go. So I'm going to play King's Indian. I'm going to play it much quicker than I have been playing it. But not that much quicker. I'm not going to be blitzing out my moves. So no reason not to just continue. Fianchetto the bishop. Push the pawn. Don't want to see this. Castle. And then move this out of the way because now they've got the queen and then the bishop lined up. I don't want to see this without the option to just tuck it away. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tuck. Bishop g8, bishop h8, I think that's okay. So lots of pressure early on from my opponent. I think I'm gonna, okay, so let's just see. These points are very weak and I need to be able to defend them. So I'd like to get into a position where I could put a queen here or a rook. Or even a queen here potentially. Now, do I want to go with the rook or with the bishop? Or even with the pawn, because they've got a bit of an attack on my queen, on my king side. But their king isn't... Yeah, it's hard to say. I think I like this. It means that this pawn is pinned at the moment. They might just castle. Okay. Yep, that's fine. It's attacked twice, but because this rook's still here, I think I'm okay. Although, this might come. Yes. It's a bit dodgy. It's a bit dodgy. Okay, that's fine. Yep, very nice. So it's not as okay as I thought. So I could. My queen is undefended. So if my knight was here, I could just take there and then fork. It wouldn't be great, but I think I'm just concerned I'm going to lose this without any without anything to speak of. So. In fact, that'll be checkmate. So I need to make sure I don't lose this pawn, because they've got such good pressure here that actually that would be checkmate. This has gone badly wrong. Okay, I'm going to play this. It is lost. It's definitely lost. It's just how quickly it's lost. That's the question. The problem is I'm not actually threatening this because my queen is undefended. Okay, so now I'm threatening it. So now they take. Very well. And trade down into probably just a winning endgame. But yeah, I didn't like, this is very strong, and I think I needed to just spend a bit more time. This is the worst game for me to think of playing quickly, but I think I needed to spend more time and probably like take with the bishop here instead of the rook, because taking with the rook ended up just being suicidal, and I did see it eventually, but not until too late. Okay. It's not good enough, I don't think, but it's something. Ah, nice. Very good. I think that's the end of the game. Unfortunately, I'd missed that was a check. Nice work. Well done. Electro 907. What's the actual name? Seclashin. Well done, Seclashin. All right, Isaac. I think it's time for your spin the wheel. So let's just quickly look. Let's just look at this. So I wonder what I should be doing in this position. Potentially just getting on with normal development and then saying, the problem is then this is scary. Although it looks really bad actually. Like I thought this was a decent idea because you get the rook out the way and then you just tuck the bishop away, but it's not liking it if I do that. It's not liking it at all. I know that's exactly what's going to happen, Isaac. Okay, so what could I have actually done? I guess just trade. No, not even trade. Trade's bad as well. I guess just wait to see what white does. Possibly go here. Basically, whatever I do, I lose. So I don't know how to deal with this. I shouldn't play like an opening I know very little whilst playing someone who's very good. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Oh, it's Isaac! Holy hell, did you expect it? Did you? I didn't. All right, Isaac, what's your name on chess.com, please? It's you! Oh, like, would... Jesus Christ. Here we go. Is that you, Isaac? Zaidena? Or Xaxi Aldena? Is that you? Okay. I'm assuming it's you. Oh yeah. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Okay, we'll play the Sicilian. E4, C5. And stop this pawn push so I can bring the knight out. We'll take. And then attack that pawn. And now I think just get my bishops out. Get my knight out. Okay. This is a scary experience because I want to just play this. What if I take the queen takes, and then I play. Oh no! Oh no! I was gonna take. I didn't mean to do that. That was meant to be a right click. But that is a good question. If I hadn't mouse slipped, if I take and they take, can I just do this? I mean, it's not amazing because I just sacrificed. I'll just be up a pawn, I think. Does that work? It does sort of make this quite a backward pawn, but. If I take, they take back, and then I take the knight. Or if I take, do they have like an intermezzo move which is a check? So I take, they take. I don't think they do have a check. I take back. They take. I have an isolated pawn. They have this pawn here, which can be quite easily defended. If I instead just go here with the knight, it's a bit trapped. It's completely trapped. If they just push, then I'm a bit stuck. I can take, but even if they get out of the way first, let's say to here, attacking this twice, then this knight is just in no man's land. So I don't want to do that. I could take, and then push, and then I've got two knights hanging, but then it gives white the opportunity to get out of with whichever one they choose, which is a bit complicated. I think I'm going to take. I'll take and then decide. So captures is likely. The thing is, this bishop is doing a good job defending this pawn, so I can't just take it with the queen. But I suppose I could put pressure on and maybe ask white to push more pawns. This might mean that I want to castle queenside, because this just seems it's a little bit much. In the last game, I managed to not respect my opponent's attack and got quickly beaten. Okay, let's see what happens. So here's the move I want to make. But if they play this, then I'd win a pawn in that line, I suppose. All right, if I take here, they're going to take back. And I could get on with development and then push this pawn next. Also, I could take, they take back and just develop my knight, because this is defended twice. and this is also defended. I think I'll do that. I'll take... Not sure if they have anything there, but it's not... No, we're good. Also, the good thing about that is that I quite like the idea of clearing the E file so that I can put pressure on their king. But we're just like, we're both quite far away from castling, so they could just as easily put pressure on my king. Let's go. Very well. I can give a check and win that bishop. Not quite, because they can just do this. But it might be... Is it worth me just doing this and castling and saying, okay, you're a little bit further away from castling, but they aren't that slow at castling queenside. So they're like one move away from being able to castle queenside. Actually, they also have this pawn move. If I went here, they don't... I was just trying to make this work, trying to get this out the way, maybe just playing here. But actually, they have this pawn move in the event that I give the queen check. So I don't think that works. How about I... Problem is, I don't want to put my bishop in front because then this pawn drops as well. I'm going to give this check. I want to get rid of these pieces from... yes, okay. So that's good because now that takes away a defender of this pawn, because obviously if I move the queen out of the way, then I'm defending this pawn not enough. But I think now I might be able to get my bishop to a square where it's at least a tempo. Just trying to... problem is it is undefended, so I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not... although if I put it here, that's also a tempo because the bishop has to take. Although, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I'll do... hold on. Not sure. Yes, I am sure. Because if I don't do that, then I'm going to end up with having to take back with this pawn. And where's the king going to go? I don't like that this pawn is so well advanced. And the queen is looking, and the rook's also like got plans. So I'm trying to castle queenside. And I want these two pawns, healthy pawns. So I'm expecting bishop takes, and that is a tempo move because I'm attacking their rook. And I think they probably should... Well, I say that. They need to make sure that I can't take their queen. So they need to either move their queen. They could do that with check, but I can block, or they can just take this. Also, there are some scenarios where this pawn is actually a little bit weak. So say if they did come here and I block after the check, then I could maybe, well, obviously it's not my move, but if they get their bishop out, okay. That is actually quite an interesting thing that they could do. If they get their bishop out here, so if I block now, I block and they bring their bishop here, this pawn is now threatened because this king is, the bishop's pinned to the king. So I would probably want to castle in that line. And now the bishop can't really take this because the queen's in line with the rook. Are there any other real candidate moves? I don't want to give up the bishop pair. Although if I was thinking of this, but then no, it's just unreliable blocking piece. I need a more reliable blocking piece. So they might think they can take twice, or take once, but that won't be good because the knight can't block. And even if it could, even if the king was already castled, like the queen can just take, or the bishop can just take. One thing I can notice is that these are lined up. So I can just castle. And they might think, oh, but I can take this and then take this. But say if they went here now, I could just castle. They take, obviously, no, they can't take the knight for multiple reasons. But even if I didn't have this like nice pin along this diagonal, I could castle, and then if they took this and then like I recaptured with the pawn, say, and then they took this free bishop, then I could just pin the queen to the king. Okay. Deciding which, I'm pretty sure I'm going to castle. I'm just deciding which way to castle. So if I castle queenside, my pawns are a little bit less like nice in front of my king. This is just gone. Where's that gone? But at the same time, I have way more stuff around the king, way more friends. So if I castle queenside and they take, I'll take back. And then they need to get castled themselves. If I castle, do I want to maybe just like, I need to right click. Oh, that happened before. So I need to, was that in this game that I did that? I think it might be. So I need to, if I do this and they get out of the way, again, they can't take that knight. They can't take the knight. So if they get out of the way, keep the pin, I can just come over with, oh, actually, no, I can take, no, I can't. I'm going to castle. I'm going to castle. It's important for me to castle. Because now I am able to take this. So I could push this bishop out of the way. A6, bishop A4, and bishop takes. And I've created isolated pawns on their king side. Also, they are still uncastled. Just important to notice, they're still uncastled. Okay, if I push and they come here, say, then the same thing applies. I can still do this. And this geometry is very nice. Their queen is just the perfect pinnable piece. Okay. So they're thinking of attacking this pawn. I could defend the pawn. I get attacked, but I could just come back here, and there's just more pins in the air. Problem with that is this is less defended now, and this can just they can win a pawn in front of my king, which I do not want. Okay, I need to go. I'll be right back. Okay. I think when I have to do this. Good dog. Good dog. Don't drop there.
How is she?
She seems fine. Her heart's not beating too fast. Good dog. Okay. So I'm thinking of just playing here. If they take this pawn, I can... Oh no, it doesn't quite work. Okay, instead, change of plan. I can attack the queen. She can't really take here because you win the pawn, but you lose the queen. They've got 2 on it, but the first one of 2 is a queen. It defends this as well, which is nice. And I don't see a move where white can keep control of this pawn. Okay. Just sorting stuff out at the same time as playing chess. The reason I played the king here is because I'd like to get my rook involved. Obviously, they could play this. In which case... yeah. Not really threatening to come into any of these squares though with the queen, so right now I don't need to. I'd like to get my rook into play, but I don't need to rush. I don't think. If I play here, I do give my opponent this square. But I think, because I'd like to play here as well, but to sort of reinforce this square. If they, interesting. Why is that a move? Oh yes, because then they can come in here. Check. And win the rook. Okay. So I'm going to do this and not take the bait. The good thing about this move is that the knight doesn't really have anywhere good to go. So I don't really want this. Because I want my queen to be active. I don't want my queen to be in the corner. Like, even if I got to here and gave a check, like the queen is defending the rook. And even the king would be defending the rook. No, Sir Clashin, there are none that I'm very comfortable with. So I take, and then I get checkmated, maybe. Not quite. Ah, yes, quite. Yes, I do get checkmated. Nice one. Well played. I like that. A good ending. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Well played. I like that, Isaac. Yeah, I'm trying to get a bit more like comfortable with some openings, and I'm mostly focusing on what openings for white. Yeah, definitely. I think I'll enjoy a little bit more as well, because I feel like I'm so often just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in this position. And like openings, the opening is like the most complicated, the most complex part of the game, and I know very little in terms of theory or even many ideas. Okay. All right, any more games? So, does anyone else want to play? Because I can play more viewers, or I can just go into the pool and play some people in the pool. Thank you, James. Go on then, Ali. Let's go for our decider. When you say opening principles, is that a book, Isaac? Or is that, do you mean like just the concept of opening principles? Okay, let's go. It says you're not accepting challenges, so you're going to have to challenge me. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's just turn the volume down. Volume master, there we go. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. All right, so I need to play quickly against Ali and play principal chess. Get my king out of the center ASAP. So if this, I can attack it because it can't come here, otherwise it gets lost. I'm going to over defend this point. Okay, I'm going to go bishop c4. All right, Isaac, thank you very much for the game. You need to get to bed earlier than 5 a.m. That's my bedtime when I'm not in a good routine. Yes, of course. Okay, so they take and they're going to push this pawn. So I might just take their f pawn first. With check, so they have to respond. Take back. So I'm down an e pawn, but they're down an f pawn. And I'm down a bishop. So that f pawn isn't too much of a problem for them. I think I'm just going to go back. I think if I go forwards and attack this rook, I'm not sure if I believe in this. The rook just jumps back, and then this pawn could be pushed. Yeah, I'm going to go back. So I want to probably castle queenside because I think they're going to be able to successfully sort this out. Okay. Yeah, do that now because otherwise they're going to be able to beat this. Yeah, pub stomped Rufflecopter. I mean, I've just said it now. I don't think that's really. I don't think that's classed as using it. Just saying it. Okay, I think this is a fork of these two. But knowing Ali, there'll be something I'm missing. And his knights are the trickiest. So if I come here, Queen B5. Yes, I agree. I agree. I like the little things too. The little details are more important than anything. So Queen B5. The knight's attacked. Can my queen be attacked? Yes, exactly. So they can just push this pawn and they defend this pawn and the knight. That's what they can do. Okay, I'm going to ask this bishop a question. I don't really mind about these pawns because they have issues on their king side. Hooks I can go for. I wouldn't mind seeing that pawn move actually. I certainly wouldn't mind seeing that pawn move because then I can eye up the E5 square. That'd be quite nice. Either this or rook over, I think. I always have this bishop and this knight move, so I'm just keeping them in my back pocket for potential time to use them. Yeah, didn't see that. Should have been more respectful of this knight. I think I have to just accept the loss of this knight. But I think actually I'm just going to get checkmated. Resign. There we go. Ali, you win 2-1. Nice. There we go. All right. Anyone else want a game? Oh, what's the challenge, Dr. Hack? There we go. An actual challenge, I see. Have we played before, Dr. Hack? Okay, let's go. So, which one? What are we going to see? Okay. So if I castle and they do this, I'll take. If they take back, I'll give a check. And then I'll take my bishop away. Okay, I want to put my bishop here, but I just don't want this knight to be around to harass it. So if I play a4, then they shouldn't really do this because when I take, they can't really take back because their rook's undefended. But I don't think a4 is actually a good move. I think it's a little bit like, it gives the knight this square because this pawn can't move. But is that a real problem if the knight comes there? The problem is this is defended only by this knight. So if I don't do anything, they're going to push. Dr. Hack's going to push and then he's going to push again. So undermining that. I think I am going to play this just because we're low on time and I can't think of a quicker way of resolving that issue or like a better way in a short amount of time. I'm going to just tuck my bishop away. I don't want my bishop to be undefended in the queen's gaze. And then I'm going to, even though I don't know how to do this, I don't really have any theory, but I'm going to launch a Grand Prix attack, Grand Prix style attack with these 2 pawns. I think the only way to come after a 2199 is to ask them questions. Okay, so Dr. Hack completely decimated me there when I was on the phone. I should have just taken that, but I was too keen on getting... I thought I was getting out of this because I missed that the knight taking the pawn was also taking away the defender of my knight. I think I'm going to go for it. Yeah. So if they take the knight, I'm going to take this pawn, not the bishop. The idea being that, okay. Okay, I've made it messy at least. So if they take, then I have this fork. It's not like, I don't think it like equalizes, but I think it's decent. And if they don't take, interesting. Okay. So I've got a discovered check. How can I best make use of this discovered check? I could maybe come here, give a check, and then they'll move out of the way, I think, because I suppose they wouldn't necessarily need to. Let's have a think. So they could just do this, actually, in that case. So I should probably just take the rook straight away, because otherwise this can be annoying. So my queen is pretty like trapped. I can't really do much. I don't really want to trade queens. So maybe I just double here. Although this is aligned with this. I don't really want to go all in because this is going to be weak. And he's going to be able to spot these things like that. Very quick, Dr. Hack. How about I ask the queen a question? And then if she comes here, I'll just go back. I like this bishop. And at the moment, they can't like block with their bishop. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's annoying. I can't, oh no, my rook isn't hanging. My rook isn't hanging. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to take here. This is attacked now, but it can come out quite easily and attack my queen. Yep, that's what happened. I'm struggling for space. Like, I'm struggling for moves, really. Everything's quite nicely defended for black. I think I'm going to come here. But yeah, I'm sort of in my own pawn's way there. I'm just going to do it. And try and untangle a little bit. Maybe bishop comes here just to connect the rooks. I've lost a bishop. What am I doing? Lost a bishop straight away. Okay, so is there anything is there any counterplay I have in this situation? Well, I suppose, yes, I can take this, and I'm threatening to take this because this knight is pinned. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to go crazy. So if they take with the pawn, I win. And if they... I keep saying they. It's Dr. Hack. It's a he. He's a he. So I'm just got so used to doing it when I don't know the person I'm playing. So if the bishop takes, then I have this check. The bishop can then just come back, unfortunately. But then I can take this bishop. So check. I can't do that because this is hanging with checkmate. So I need to go here. And then not great. I should probably just, yeah. I'm really down on material now, but I'm trying to make it complicated. The idea is that if they move the knight, then I can put my rook here. Very nice. Yes, I can't even give a check. Well, I can, but I can't. I can do this though, and then at least get a knight out of it. But no, that's the end of the game. Well played, Dr. Hack. Yes, good games. Interesting. Yeah, I just completely steamrolled here. I just did not anticipate or appreciate what was happening at all. And I should have just allowed this. I don't think I should have even played this bishop here. But certainly I should have then now taken this, I believe. Take this, and I'm in a normal position. But I was just too obsessed with the bishop move. Well, we all have regrets, Dr. Hack. We all have regrets. What are your regrets? Just play here. All right, I have to go, unfortunately. You saw me on the phone, maybe. Something's come up, so I have to leave the stream. I mean, it's been 3 hours, so it's not a particularly short stream. I don't know. But it was a fun... I thought it was a fun game as well. Yeah, there was lots of stuff happening. But yes, that is... I'm not going to be able to accept any more challenges. I was quite happy to see this situation, but yeah, it wasn't enough, obviously. Obviously, it wasn't enough. Although, actually, in here, the engine says it's equal now, which is interesting because you're up 3 points of material. So wonder what was the thing that allows this to be equal. I guess I should have noticed that I could just do this. Wow. I didn't notice I could just take this. What a silly boy. All right, that's just the way it goes sometimes. And then it's just dead lost. But yeah, always fun. All right, have a lovely rest of your Friday, everybody. And thanks for all the comments and the chats and the games, obviously. And I will speak to you all. So the next video I will make will be tomorrow. It'll be a weekly update. And if you know anyone who you think might like my videos, please share my channel, because I have sort of come back to doing regular videos, and it's a bit of a slog, not the actual video making, but the trying to grow my channel, grow the number of subscribers. Like, it's very slow. So if you could share my channel, that would be fantastic. All right, chat to you all soon. I hope you have a great day and a lovely weekend. Goodbye.